What up? What up? What up? It's your boy JB coming right back at you. Welcome back to the channel. What can Coach Prime do to prevent this from happening again? Guys, we all know the story. Shedeur drops to the fifth round. Travis Hunter goes number two. Shiloh doesn't get drafted. Uh, Jimmy Horn goes to the Panthers in the sixth round. LeJontay Wester, sixth round. Will Shepard, undrafted free agent to the Bucks. Shiloh to the Bucks, undrafted free agent. Uh, Cameron Silman Craig, undrafted free agent to the Jaguars. And Hoop Green, undrafted free agent to the Jaguars. If I miss somebody, charge it to my head and not my heart. What can Deion do? Guys, I'm gonna tell y'all, man. Y'all know I'm a Deion fan over here, and I watch Well Off Media, and I watch every inspirational teaching moment that Deion gives his kids before they go out and practice, where they all got to sit in the football room and listen to him, kind of give them some teachings on life. And I think the number one thing that Deion's gonna have to do right now is realize that I'm going to have to teach these boys to understand the professional side of the NFL. And what is that, guys? Simply put, we're going to have to make sure that when we're giving you guys this shine, they got to see people who also are being taught how to interview, right? Be taught how to wear a suit, be taught how to dress a certain way. And I know some of y'all gonna jump down in my comments and say, Jeff, we ain't selling out for nobody. These boys shouldn't have to do that and all that kind of stuff. And I get it. Guys, I was there. I graduated North Carolina State in 1999. I'm one who had to conform, right? I'm one who had to conform. Don't want to do it. But when you're not in a position of power, you can't negotiate from a position of weakness, right? So you learn the system. I think what y'all are about to see with Deion Sanders and what I believe he will do next is he will learn from this, because the talent that went that late in the round, everybody that got undrafted free agent deals yesterday or got drafted should have been drafted on day one or two, right? Every one of them should have been drafted on day one or two. Based on what I saw on the field, based on what I saw on the well-off media videos and all of them should have been drafted on day one or two, okay? But where did they all mess up? Where did they all mess up? They were all feeding off of Shedeur, right? They were all feeding off of Shedeur. I watched as Jimmy Horn ran a go route, caught the ball, did a backflip. You mean to tell me that nobody's impressed with that? And the answer is yeah. But guess what? That kind of stuff hurts you at a pro day, because catch the ball, bring it back. You're being evaluated, guys, as a professional. You're not being evaluated as a celebrity. You're being evaluated based on details, not based on splash. I can guarantee y'all right now, Coach George came in to teach these guys just how to be men and that kind of thing. I can guarantee you, you're about to have a human resources type person come in. You're about to have a human resources type person come in to teach these boys the actual professionalism, image, all that kind of stuff that you got to do, at least for that NFL draft perspective. You got to do it, guys. You ain't got to do it once you get drafted, but you got to do it for this draft process. You're going to see Deion focus on a human resources type thing. All y'all got to do, go to Deion GQ, right? When he on GQ magazine, look at what he had on. But then go get the book where John Maxwell wrote the foreword and look at how Deion looks there. Deion knows this game. He knows that if I can get these boys, hey, look, we're going to give y'all the shine. We're going to do the social media stuff. But now I got to teach these boys that behind the scenes, you got to know how to tie a tie. Y'all remember when Deion first got there? Let's go back to Deion at Jackson State. What was those boys wearing on away games? Blue suits. When he first got to Colorado, Michael Strahan sent those boys suits. Guarantee you gonna see these boys go back to that, and you gonna see these boys know how to talk when the camera's on. They gonna have their fun. But Deion gonna set these boys up where they professionals too. Because what sets Deion apart? He prime time, but he also a businessman. Deion is getting invited to talk at corporate sales meetings, guys. Deion understands this, and I guarantee you, starting today, he is going to bring that human resources element and that business element behind the scenes that you got to have. You can be prime, but you also got to be business and understand, right? I got to look different on the Aflac commercial than I look on the front of the GQ magazine. And Deion is a chameleon, and he's done a great job at it. He can operate in different environments, but without uh, sacrificing his character or what he feel is at his core. And that's what I think y'all gonna see next: a human resources component, so that we ain't screwing up interviews and we're not ruining our value because of our dialect. I can guarantee you gonna see it. Y'all go look at when Deion go speak to a group versus how he can talk at Colorado. You can do both. And a lot of people got to understand you ain't a sellout if you do this. You're actually becoming more versatile. You're not a sellout. You got to know how to compete in multiple avenues, man. And these boys were good when it came to well-off media and that kind of thing. But when it came to the business side and the HR side and the stuff you got to do that nobody wants to do, that's where they fail. But I know Deion is going to address it, man. Y'all get down in the comment section. Let me know what you think, man. Is Jeff crazy? Or is Jeff on to something? If you hadn't already, mash that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications. Until next time, I'm going to holler.